Hey. I'm just gonna wait for some more people to jump on. How are you? I can't see what your name is. Oh, Rich P. Hi, Red Shade. Are you there? Used. Hi, everybody. I know there's not a lot of people on here, but I wanted to go live tonight, and this is going to be my second podcast of Truth That Travels with Honeybee. So if you're here, I'm glad you could make my second live broadcast. I will be posting to other platforms later, but I had some really cool experiences I wanted to share with y'all. And I know that whenever I go through certain things in my spiritual journey, usually other people in the community are going along those same paths with me. So that happened when I shared a video yesterday. A girl reached out to me, Tammy, and said that she had been feeling the same, just like a lot of rest lately, and kind of like got out of my spiritual routine, my practice of getting up early and, you know, meditating and yoga usually if I could fit it in. But this week has been tough for me. I've been hitting the snooze a lot. I hope y'all can hear me over the traffic here. I usually go around back, but yeah, you too? Okay, so I'm not the only one. And there's been other people that reach out to me, not just her. Another Facebook friend of mine, Chris, reached out to me and said that he was going through a similar energy. And so I know that they can relate. So I just want to, I'm not going to have anybody join right now, but anyway, so that was something that I like. I think I took too long of a break, honestly. Instead of like, I had a revelation, like, was laid to rest and resurrected in 3 days. So if he can resurrect from that in 3 days, we're going to get our together in 3 days and be back in our spiritual routine, you know, making the right decisions from, you know, from the time you wake up. I feel like, obviously, I prayed throughout the day, but I didn't have that alone time with him where I could sit and listen, you know, so that's the big thing. Current energy, yeah, super exhausted, okay. So, okay, I'm not gonna let anybody do it, okay. There we go. Okay, so, yeah, that was my little revelation to myself, like, okay, you know, that's a long enough vacation. Get back in your routine. Make sure you listen and hear. And, you know, when you're listening, then you're more in tune throughout the day to hear signs, or see signs, or hear from him. So you have to open up each morning and let him know, hey, I'm listening. I want to hear from you. Show me, you know, throughout my day what what path I should take, what decision I should make. Thank you for everything you've, you know, provided, and so on and so forth. So I got told to be off TikTok for 2 weeks, so having to get a 9 to 5. Aw, I'm sorry. I have a 9 to 5. That's why I'm not on here very much. This is only my third live actually on TikTok. But yeah, I work from home though, thank God. It's a blessing. So, just looking at the stuff coming through. Okay. So anyway, so that was something that I wanted to touch on. Yeah, because then I got a prayer on my app that was like, slothfulness and idleness, you know, is like, you know, you don't get anything accomplished. You don't, you know, you're stagnant in your spiritual growth. You can't let yourself get stagnant. And, you know, my new moon intentions were to start this podcast. That's good. You have to put yourself first sometimes. I mean, really all the time it's best. I mean, people say that's selfish, but if you don't love yourself first, how are you going to know how to love anybody else? Like, and God, obviously. That's, you know, that's something you got to work on too. Your relationship with God and how you love Him. And, I got off track, but, yes, so rest, you know, is good, and, moderation. That's the point. You know, take a break, because we all get burnt out. I know I study, and I read, and I pray, and I listen, and I do so much, and I get exhausted spiritually, so we all need to take breaks so we don't get burnt out, and we don't, you know, feel like, you know, overwhelmed, because the energy can be very, you know, powerful and great, but then it can also bring you way down if something, you know, can knock you off of that alignment. So stay in spiritual practice. I do Tai Chi Gong, and I do meditation, obviously, and so I did set my new moon intention, so I do like crystals and cards and stuff too. So yes, balance. It is definitely a balancing act, for sure, you know. So yes, I agree with balance. That's always good. So thanks for the follow. Okay, so another thing I wanted to touch on was the guy Chris that reached out to me and said he was in that same energy. He also said something about waking up and feeling like his body is vibrating. And so I got that message, I believe it was this morning. And I was like, okay, so I've felt vibrations throughout my body. Like, especially during meditation or certain times of the month. But it'll be, I can feel like it's in my chakras. Like it's those wheels turning, that energy moving. It'll be very, like, I'm very aware of what's going on, because I'll be like, at first I was like, do I need to go to the doctor? What's vibrating inside of me? What is going on? I was like, is this some kind of disease? Like, literally, like, freaked me out at first. I was like, ah! But then I figured out what it was. Thanks for liking the live. Yeah, in different chakras. I know. I can feel it coming up from my root all the way to my solar plexus, trying to enter the heart. And it did. That was the first time I noticed it. And I was like, what the? So, well, not the first time. I take that back. That was the first. That was recently, though, where I had, like, a block, I guess. I got through that. So, I'm on going up to throat chakra. So, but also during the time of he was asking if it was, maybe the vibrations were related to the chrism oil that, you know, we secrete the sacred oil once a month, and then it travels back up the spine to the brain and detoxifies our blood, gets rid of old blood, re-cleanses our whole body with new blood. It does other things, but yes, that could also be what the vibrations are. So, point of this being is that, okay, so I was gonna go live earlier, like around 5:30 to 6ish. I was like, okay, so I may go live, but then I was like just exhausted all of a sudden. I was like, why am I tired? I've been getting all this rest. So I was like, well, I gotta listen to my body. If I need rest, I'm not gonna go on live and be yawning like, oh, I want to be alive, right? So I go lay down, and I woke up with the vibrations. So God knows, like, He always does this to me. If somebody brings something up to me, to my attention, He will give me that revelation. Like, He will make sure that I go through it, and so I can tell them, hey, I relate. Like, what? I don't know. I just think it's just weird how it works like that. Like, several things. Oh, well, I can, like, bring up so much. But the synchronicities are insane. The angel numbers are insane. You know, I just, everything lines up with like scriptures, like different biblical scriptures, or not just biblical, because I believe in all religions. We're all one universal religion if you get down to the roots of it. So yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. But anyways, I do that. So I'm ADT, so y'all just bear with me. But the vibrations, the chrism oil, anyways, one religion, who knows? But maybe somebody can remind me. Rest, yeah, didn't seem to go to sleep. I like, for Mercury retrograde and up until right after the new moon, I was up all the time, and I don't know why. Like, I would be up like till 2, 4 in the morning. I don't know why. I would have to be up at like 8 or 9, and I would still be up like to 2 at least. And it was like the whole Mercury retrograde. I don't know if there's something in my chart. I'm sure. I need to look more into it, but God bless all. Just need to rest. Well, I hope you get the rest you need. I definitely did, and I didn't know why. Oh, that's why, though, I guess God told me I needed to rest before the live so that I could relate to what Chris was saying about waking up vibrating, because I did. And so that's so weird that, you know, it just works that way with him. Annie one time posted a video about a pastor who was meditating on his bed, and he was like imagining himself flicking out stars in the galaxy, like creating the universe with God. And then his wife came in the room and was looking for him, and was like, didn't see him. And he was like, I was on the bed the whole time meditating. It was right there. No, I called your name. I came in and you weren't there. Y'all, I don't think he was there. I don't think he was there. Or at least he was vibrating so high that she could not see him anymore. Like, he was out of her frequency, if that makes sense. I mean, once you are into the 5th and 6th and 7th dimension, I don't think your physical body, unless it's just a light, is visible here. So, okay, you have a good night too. Thanks for stopping in. But, yeah, so then it was like a few days later, I was on my lunch break, and I was laying down. It seems like I sleep a lot, but I really don't. Just lately. But I was on my lunch break, and I was going to take a 20-minute nap. And I laid down, and I was immediately taken into another realm with God, creating the universe, like the video. But it was a little bit different. I wasn't doing the whole flicking out stars. But that was my sound effect. But yeah, I was like, I had blueprints. Like, it was like a download, but it was immediately, I knew I wasn't there. I actually felt myself, my body, physically, I sat up in bed, because I had laid down to take a nap. So I sat myself up, and I put my hands on, like Indian style, you know, I put my hands on my knees, and I know I did, but I woke up laying down, still. So, I don't know. I know my body was not in this realm, in this dimension, whatever, frequency, whatever you want to call it. So that was cool. But he'll do that. He'll like say, okay, you want to see, like, if I have a doubt in my mind, like, you know, like, he was probably there and she just didn't see him. And, oh no, let me show you how it's done. So then it's pretty cool. So then another thing that was posted in the Mythos group that I'm with, I'm in, I don't know if y'all know, I'm sure, a lot of my followers are probably followers of Cub too. Jacob Cooker, I'm in his private, like, community group thing on Facebook, and it's really cool. And somebody had posted, I think it was Ryan, had posted about sonoluminescence. So I'm going to have a little science class, or whatever, lesson here. Sonoluminescence is basically, this was observed in a flask, a spherical flask, in the dark. In the center of the flask was basically like a star, okay? It was like a blue, shiny star, like in the heavens, he said. And so basically that's made when a sound wave passes through a small bubble inside of a liquid. and expands and collapses so violently that the molecules trapped inside slam together and produce so much like a burst of heat and light. And basically, that's a star. Hey, Tammy, how are you? We were just talking about rest, girl. You missed it. But I can go over it again. Just my little revelation I had about the whole, taking a spiritual break. But right now, I was actually speaking of sololuminescence, which is something that a member of the Mythos group posted about. And so I was telling them how it's a bubble inside of a liquid, and this was observed in a spherical flask. Like a spherical glass flask containing a liquid. I'm not sure what. And it's made when a sound wave passes through a small bubble in the liquid. It expands and collapses so violently that the molecules inside of the bubble slam together to produce a burst of heat and light. So it's basically a star in a jar is what they called it. And it is, y'all, because if you think about it, the firmament is water. I mean, well, our sky, everything is water. It's just in vapor form. And then, and then we have humidity and stuff. It's freaking water. But then, we have the firmament. I believe it's ice. And then you have the waters. The heavenly waters. So, of course, that would make sense that it's a sound wave passing through a bubble in the water. Violently, I mean, if you look at them up close with the telescope now, all those colors and beautiful shapes, and they are cymatics or whatever, like sound frequency vibrational patterns. I just made that all up. I mean, I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know if I described it right. But y'all, okay, so the reason I bring this up is I saw it tonight in my yard. Okay? It's been raining, and I was just looking out in the grass, like, it's so crazy how things like that I learn about online then show up in my life. Like, we were just talking about this, so this is another example. It's nuts, y'all. But I took a video of it, so I'm going to be doing a little 3-minute TikTok about it, and how you can capture it in the rain droplets that are on the grass outside when it's dark. I caught a star inside of the raindrop, and it's bursted with light, and it's radiating on everything around it. It's so beautiful, y'all. So I've been so excited to share that video. I might even do it tonight. I don't know. But it's going to be cool. But anyways, I know I get excited about really dumb stuff, but stars are my thing because I'm like really into astrology. I have a telescope. I look at the stars. I look at the moon. I look at, I have that sky app thingy on my phone where I can find all the constellations, and it's fun. If y'all don't look at the sky at night, go and look. It's so trippy, y'all. I have these stars that, like, I swear this one was following me, but I turned out it was Jupiter, and it was just the way it was past, Still, every night I'd be like, there's a star, there it is, it's following me. And like a week later, my sister was like, oh, that's Jupiter. I'm like, I know, but I didn't know. I mean, I did, kind of. I had a feeling, I just didn't look it up. I just wanted it to be my star, so I was just basking in that. Boom. Okay, so the solar luminescence. Is that how you say it? Sonoluminescence. Sorry. So that's what we talked about. And, okay, so the rest thing, I just will go over it real quick, Tammy, because you were the one that posted on my video on Facebook about being in that same energy of, like, just getting lots of rest, like, I still studied, and I still, like, did, I prayed throughout the day and stuff, but I didn't have my morning routine. Like, I normally get up early enough to meditate, to practice some yoga. Usually, sometimes I don't fit that in, but I try to do everything in the mornings, because that's when you open yourself up to God. You say, hey, God, I'm listening. I want to hear you today. Show me some signs. Be, here with me. Help me through these decisions I make and the path I take, you know. And so that you have that throughout your day, and, you know, you let him know you're looking for his help. And, so I did pray. Like I said, I would wake up and say, you know, thank you, you know, the normal, like, quick little, but I didn't, like, sit and listen. And so that's what, you know, you have to be mindful that if you're going to take a little break from your spiritual growth, from your normal spiritual practice, Jesus was laid to rest and resurrected in 3 days. If he can resurrect from that in 3 days, then we need to get our together in 3 days and resurrect on the 3rd and go and be with him. You know, go in your little space. I usually go outside if the weather permitting. Right now I'm on my porch because it's raining slightly. But I like to go out by my tree, usually with my plants, and just meditate. And sometimes it'll be like just a quick coffee and, you know, meditate real quick because I'm in a rush. And sometimes I can sit there for an hour and practice my yoga and really, you know, but at least go out there and open yourself up every morning, or go wherever your space is, or wherever you can. If it's in the car on the way to work, let him know that you're listening, that you want to hear from him, and that you need him every day. And you will open yourself up to so many blessings and so many wonderful experiences. Just, it's that easy. It's that simple. And thank him, obviously. You want to say I love you. You want to say thank you. Call on him. You know, I call on him as a father, the Most High, or the Creator. And, you know, call on your Holy Mother. She's there too. The Holy Spirit is the Holy Mother. And they took her out of the equation, but don't let them. Like, you need your mom too, you know. You have spiritual parents, and they love you, and they want to hear from you every day. So make it a point to wake up with gratitude and show them, you know, yes, I'm listening. Guide me. Hold my hand. You know, it's truly like we go into another dimension of the mind when we break. Yes, well, you do. You tap into your higher self, and your higher self is with God right now in spiritual places. So you literally go with God. You are a part of God. You're a fractal of God, and you're a co-creator with God. So it's nuts that we can tap into that so easily if we just sit and listen and let him in. And yeah, we could just be with him immediately with our higher self. Like, I mean, it takes practice, don't get me wrong. But I mean, like, you know, if you can... And not every time I go meditate do I get, you know, tapped in to where I'm, like, you know, feel like I actually was with my higher self. Sometimes it's just hit or miss because there's distractions and there's things going on inside and there's things pop into your brain and you can't get out. And you just gotta say, okay, well, this wasn't it. I tried to listen and it just, you know, wasn't working for me this time, but I love you and I'll be back. And go back and try again later, you know? It's all good. We all have those days. So yes, it's good to not get burnt out. Take a break. 3rd day you rise. Okay? That's my revelation from this whole week of spiritual hiatus. I saw that prayer yesterday about slothfulness and idleness, and I was like, oh, okay, that's a slap in the face. Like, but it's true. It's like exactly what I needed. So anyways, well, yeah, it's cool that hey Missy, are you on? I think it says you're on. It's cool how, you know, other people are relating. Hey, I thought you did. It said, I want to invite you to join live. I was like, oh, did she do that? It was just TikTok, I think. But yeah, so that's really cool how things always synchronize back into my life, that like people are posting on Mythos group or just on Facebook in general or whatever. So lots of cool stuff. I was talking about rest, Missy, how I had a revelation that after 3 days you need to get your butt up and get back into this spiritual practice and stop. You know, if Jesus could rise in 3 days, so can we. So we need to. Haha, not me. TikTok. I know TikTok was like, hey, I heard the joke. So yeah, and then another guy said he could relate to my energy of, you know, being rest in a I don't want to say a slothfulness, but that's what my prayer said yesterday. I don't like that. I just rested, okay? I wasn't slothful. Thank you for the gifts, Missy. So, and I don't feel like I was idle, actually. I feel like, really, it was just like, I just didn't open myself up to the extra. Like, when you talk to God first thing in the morning, and you tell Him, hey, I'm listening. Show me something. Give me some good news. You know, help me make these decisions throughout the day. Then you're going to have a better experience throughout your day, and you're going to get closer to God throughout the day. Whereas if you just are, you know, like meditating and opening up and listening to Him first thing in the morning, you're not aligned with Him first. I mean, you can still pray and ask and talk to Him, but you know what I'm saying? That when you do that first thing in the morning, you just allow yourself open the window of opportunities for Him to come in and show you. So I always ask, and like I was saying, ask the Holy Mother to guide you, to nurture you, to, you know, be there, comfort you, because they took her out of the equation, but she exists. She's with you in your heart all the time, and the Father is too, and so is the Son. They're all in your temple. So just go talk to Him, go listen, and every morning do a little. Okay, so yeah, so Chris was saying how he vibrates in the morning. When he wakes up, he's vibrating, and when we walk with intention as our higher self, it's exhausting. Yeah, intention. I guess it is exhausting. You do need rest. You get burnt out. But it's also really invigorating for me. I don't know. Like, I get like on these cloud 9, I call it, like highs. And but it's bad when something brings me down. It brings me way down. Like, I'm just not, you know, I don't know. But so yes, he was asking what is the vibration in the morning, what he feels. Well, I didn't know. I kind of understood what he was talking about, because I have a vibration like when I'm opening chakras, or there's, you know, I'm like the energy is moving in the wheels, chakra points, excuse me. Then I feel that, like, I feel a vibration going up through from the root to, like I was saying earlier, it entered the solar plexus, was breaking through the heart recently. So that's all cool. But he was asking if it was the chrism oil that is secreted once a month, and I guess it could be either. But I hadn't experienced it, or I hadn't experienced it when I woke up. So when I was going to go live earlier, then I was like, all of a sudden I was really tired. And I was like, really? I've had all this rest. Why am I tired all of a sudden? Like, but I'm going to listen, and I'm going to go lay down for like 20 minutes and then get up and get ready. And when I woke up, I was vibrating. So I was like, okay, so now I can talk about it. So it was, yeah, it was similar to what I had felt before whenever I had... basically, I was doing yoga and felt the Kundalini rise, is what I told him. That's what I interpreted it as. But I don't know if that's the same as the chrism oil thing. I mean, I guess it's used for both terms, like to open them and to raise your oil. I don't know. But I felt it, and I was like, okay, now I know what he's talking about, and I can speak on it a little bit. But yeah, definitely a similar feeling. So I guess, like, you know, I listen to frequency music when I sleep, or I love John Moyer. I don't know if y'all know who that is. Sleep hypnosis. So he'll do sleep hypnosis of like how to contact your higher self, or how to connect with your spirit guides, or how to connect with the divine feminine. And I really, really enjoy his voice, and his hypnosis are really soothing to me, and just so I don't know. I know that, you know, your subconscious is working all the time, like when you sleep. So that's why I do it, so that it can train my subconscious, or retrain my subconscious into thinking high vibrational thoughts, or healing, or whatever it is I'm listening to. So yeah, I really recommend him, John Moyer, on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know where else he's on, but for sleep hypnosis. It's very helpful for me. I've been doing that for a couple years now. And then the frequency music, my son loves that, so we do that a lot because he'll sleep with me in the bed. So we talked about the sonoluminescence, which was I saw out in the yard. It was really cool. A star in a jar, basically. And then I guess the last thing I wanted to do was do a collective reading on these prayer. Oh, there was one more thing. I got this ring. I'm just gonna do a little unboxing of it. Okay, so this ring, I have notes on it because it's intense. It's a, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of it. It's called the Atlantis Ring, or it's called the Luxor Ring, or the Egyptian Ring. And I ordered it on online, and I'll put the, here it is. I'll put this again at the end, but you know, see the name there? And there's a QR code, so if y'all want to screenshot, ooh, can I get it in there? But anyways, I picked this one online because of the price, because I always see 44 everywhere, and it was $44. I know that's weird, but I buy things like that. I'll pick like Airbnbs that are 4.4 star or something. But anyways, it was really cute how they had this little wax thing on the box. It's really adorable little package. Okay, so I'm gonna burn this string off. Hopefully I don't burn the house down. Well, shit. I thought I was. Okay, there it goes. Okay, put it out. Okay, so this ring has sacred geometry. Okay, so yeah, it was a little wax seal. I kind of kept it intact. I think part of it's on the box, part of it's right there. I'm gonna try to put it back together. So this ring is, it was found in 1860 in a grave. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, let me show it, but then I'll explain it. So it's got sacred geometry. Okay, so let me put that down. So it's I forget what size I ordered. So which, it's called the Luxor or the Egyptian or the Atlantis ring. Okay, so it fits this one. I'm gonna take my malachite off. Wrapped. Okay, here it is, and it's very nice. This is a very well made, thick, beautiful silver. I think it's just sterling silver ring. The jeweler, I don't know if you can see it there. There's an Instagram. I don't know how to say it. Viet Kirkle? I don't know. But anyways, and there's a QR code. I don't know if y'all can get it and screenshot it. It's not really... No, probably not. Okay. So anyways, this ring is crafted properly. Basically, it could affect the environment of the person wearing it. It's got... Its frequencies are transmitted receiving and transmitting powerful waves that help transmute harmful energies and help manifest a strong, subtle energy field that provides protection, energy, healing, and enhanced intuition. I can read my own writing. But, so yeah, it's got functional properties to help the wearer, help heal your body, help you be in tune with your subconscious, keep bad energies away from you, and it has energy shielding powers. So I actually ordered it back in November. I ordered it on the 24th of November 2022. So just so you know, it just came in last week. No, I'm sorry, this week. Yeah, because it's been raining and I didn't check my mail till today, so it probably came in like about Wednesday. But I left it in the mailbox for a while. I saw that it had delivered on my Etsy, or I think it was Etsy or Instagram, something. But I didn't go get it. I feel bad, but it was raining and my mailbox is kind of far. So anyways, I love it. Like I said, it was $44 online. I don't think there was any shipping or anything. Which it came from the Ukraine, so, which is probably another reason why it took so long. But see the sacred geometry? I think it forms an obelisk. Yeah. An obelisk. Like you see in Egypt or like London and Washington, D.C. and stuff. But, so, oh, it was, okay, I forgot to tell y'all the history. It was in one of the oldest dynastic Egyptian graves that there has ever been discovered. The second dynasty, Egyptian dynasty. The Egyptian priest, Jua. I'm not sure how you even write that because I was listening to a video and wrote it down, but Jua, the second dynasty. So it's believed to be, the design at least, possibly the ring, is believed to be at least 5,000 years old. So that's some very historic, basically they were way advanced. Their grasp on sacred geometry and how astrology and everything ties into the physical was way superior to what we know. I mean, there's plenty of people that actually know, but that we are allowed to know, I guess I should say. So, but the guy who's found it, his grandchild actually studied frequencies and energy, and he noticed that the ring had measurable effects on the person wearing it. So I'm hoping it brings good juju. Juju. That's funny. I wonder if that's where it's from. I just made that up. It has sacred geometry in the design. The design is 5,000 years old. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I wrote notes, so just so I didn't miss anything. But powerful. So I'm excited to see what it does or how it helps. I think that's about... Oh, and we're going to do a card reading. Just really, really quick. These are from Missy. I don't know if she's still on. But I don't think so. But that's okay. I'd be kind of nervous if she was on anyways, because she's like the pro reader. She gave me these cards for Christmas, and I'm just barely learning anything about tarot, or, it's not even like oracle cards. They're just today's prayer cards. So let me get my notes out. Here she told me to do. Okay, so we want to call on the highest of highest of highs, the holiest of holies, God's higher self, to oversee this reading. May it bring forth love, clarity, guidance, insight, healing, blessing, and direction for all and a closer relationship with God for all involved. And I call on my highest self and my angels, teachers, spirit guides, to the highest good to assist this reading, and call on the collective's higher self, because it's going to be a collective reading. Yeah, she reads. Yeah, she's got a shoot ton of cards, and she gifted me 2 of her deck. So I was like, that's awesome, because I was just gonna look into getting me my first deck, and she was like, no, somebody has to gift you your first deck. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't even know that, but she was sending them like they were already in the mail for Christmas. So it was pretty cool how it worked out, because I was like shopping for some. I didn't know what to get. I was gonna ask her what she recommended, and she was like, well, I have to tell you, but I sent these for Christmas. I was like, oh, yay. So yeah, it just turned out, and I've been using them. I love them. They're good. Like, somebody asked for a card pull on Facebook, and she was struggling, you know, spiritually with her walk, and like felt like giving up, like, on her purpose and stuff. And I can totally relate to that, because I was there about a year ago. And yeah, so I pulled a card for her, and it was like perfect. It was like basically like, don't give up. Whenever we want to give up, then we reap, you know, what we harvest, what we planted in the harvest, or something, whatever, to those lines. It's Galatians something, I can't remember, but it was so perfect for what she was going through, and she liked it. So okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pull a card, see what we get for the collective prayer. May the Lord make your love increase and overflow for each other and for everyone else. 1 Thessalonians 3:12. So that's perfect. If I want to take a screenshot, this is the collective reading. Today's prayer. Oh, it's backwards. Well, let's see if I can change it. Mirror. I know there's a mirror somewhere. Oh well. Sorry. Y'all will just have to flip it somehow in an editor. But yes, may the Lord make your love increase and overflow for each other and for everyone else. So that's perfect for a collective reading. Love one another. That's what Jesus told us to do. Love one another. Well, love God. And love one another as I have loved you. That's what he said at the Last Supper. So that's what we need to do. Okay, so I think that will wrap it up for this evening. Thank y'all for everyone who stopped in to join me. And I'll be doing another live at least by next Saturday. I did one last Saturday and this Saturday, so maybe it's going to be just a Saturday thing. Exactly what I've been working on, loving those who have been mean. I've been working on that too, girl, and it's gotten a lot easier, I have to say. Like, okay, I was tested. I saw I don't get along with my son's father's mother, so my would have been mother-in-law, but we broke up. So I know she was like, I don't want to say like the reason we broke up, but she was part of it. So but it doesn't matter. Trust me, I thank her now. So we I saw her, and I like wasn't standoffish. I just like, she was taken back by my overwhelmingly niceness, if that's the word. I was just like pouring the love out on her, and she received it, and she reciprocated. So that felt good. So I don't know. I mean, there's some people I'm still like, oh, if I ran into them, I don't know if I could be 100% genuinely loving. But I hope so. I hope I'm there. I'll be tested soon, I'm sure. There's one that's on here following me. We'll see if I happen to run into her or something arises. But yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed coming on here and talking to everybody, and I appreciate y'all hanging out for my second podcast ever. But I'll be sure to post on my Facebook if y'all follow me on there. I post on there. Well, actually, I just posted in the Mythos group. Shoot. I meant to post on my Facebook too when I went live. But I'll try to do that from now on. And yeah. Thanks, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.